embezzlement scam. This amid the already raging controversy over Pappu Yadav's theatrics and the protests and backlash that followed. In breaking inputs that we are receiving here at Times Now, we can tell you that another Congress MP Pramod Tiwari has now entered the fray as well with a controversial jibe. While targeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Congress MP invoked Mata Sita and Lord Ram and asked why Goddess Sita was not seen during the Ram Mandir consecration. He went on to ask, and let me quote, who was Ram's Sita at that time and who is Prime Minister Modi's Sita? The remarks have now triggered a sharp political backlash, and of course it is about Pramod Tiwari questioning who is Modi's Sita, just like who was Ram's Sita. Let's also listen into what Pramod Tiwari had to say before we take it forward.
तो ढूंढता रहा जब मोदी जी मंदिर का पूजन कर रहे थे, हमको तो सीता मैया दिखाई नहीं पड़ी कहीं वहां। अब उस समय राम की सीता कौन था और मोदी जी की सीता कौन है, इसका फैसला खुद मोदी जी कर लें।
Let's quickly go across to Mohit, who's been tracking this story for us. Mohit, at a time we've seen how the attacks being directed towards Prime Minister Modi, whether it is during the protests or say by politicians, not just say Rahul Gandhi, but various other senior members from the Congress party, the most recent being Pramod Tiwari, is now becoming a norm at the moment. But what is it that Pramod Tiwari is trying to allude to by asking such a question?
So in fact, Pramod Tiwari was yesterday addressing a press conference, and while addressing the press conference, he said that the incomplete Ram Temple consecration ceremony was being done by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And in fact, when Ashwamedh Yagna was being done, there was the idol of Ram Sita, statue of Ram, of Goddess Sita, that was put by Lord Ram. But then, when Prime Minister did the consecration ceremony, where was Sita and where was Modi Sita? Now, this is something which the BJP has taken offense of. BJP is coming out and they are saying that this shows that how much Congress party hates Sanatan, how much party hates Lord Ram, and they are just using the Lord Ram's name in the parliament for the electoral politics. Otherwise, they were the ones who always opposed the construction of Grand Ram Temple in Ayodhya. The BJP also says that these foul-mouthed comments from the Congress party only reflect the Congress leadership deep-rooted hate against Bhagwan Ram and Hindu Dharma. So clearly, the BJP says that Congress has stooped low to indecently target PM Modi ji's late mother, and now Mata Sita is being targeted when Pramod Tiwari says that during the consecration ceremony, where was Goddess Sita and where was Modi's Sita? So these are the shocking statements that have come in.
All right. Thank you, Mohit, for bringing us all of those inputs. In fact, I'm joined in by Mr. Tuhin Sinha of the Bharatiya Janata Party joining me on the phone line. Good morning to you, Tuhin. Tuhin, what is your assessment of this kind of a jibe where Prime Minister's marital status is also now being put to question during Ram Mandir's consecration ceremony?
Well, there are two issues over here. Number one, it seems that Hindu phobia has become an addiction for the Congress party. They just can't live without it. So, it's not just yesterday's very cheap comment of Pramod Tiwari saying in a very condescending manner, in a very frivolous manner, Modi ji ki Sita kahan hai? In the last 4 or 5 days, we have seen 4 or 5 such innuendos being employed by the Congress party. So, without reason, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra calls IIT director, Madras director, Bhauputra Visheshagya. Then Kharge ji takes a jibe at Manusmriti in his parliament speech without any provocation in an unrelated manner. Then Priyanka Gandhi has an objection with the saffron jersey for the hockey team. Then they, raise a ruckus skit outside Parliament, at Makar Dwar, where they mock sadhus and show sadhus as perpetrators of Chanda Chori, when the truth is completely something to the contrary. They were contractual employees. And now Pramod Tiwari's very cheap jibe at the Prime Minister involving, saying something to the tune of where is Modi ji's Sita. I think, Congress party needs to realize these cheap gimmicks of hurting Hindu sentiments are only creating, an unprecedented anger in the people of the country. So in the last 2 days, there are so many sadhu groups who have protested, so many Sanatan groups who have protested. But the other point is Pramod Tiwari also making a jibe at Modi ji's personal life. Now, 2 weeks ago, we came across pictures of Rahul Gandhi in an unidentified foreign location with an unknown woman. We had the dignity. We never even questioned that, raised that issue. Modi ji's.
All right, Mr. Sinha, please stay with me because I'm also joined in by Mr. Pramod Tiwari on the phone line as well. So, Mr. Tiwari, the moot question over here: can a consecration ceremony of a temple be used to attack the Prime Minister of the nation's marital status?
मैं एक सीधी सी बात कहूँ तो ये मंदिर कोई भारतीय जनता पार्टी सरकार के निर्णय से तो नहीं बना। सी माय इंटरव्यू, ये बना है अगर तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फुल बेंच के ऑर्डर्स। सुप्रीम कोर्ट का डायरेक्टिव है कि ट्रस्ट बने, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का डायरेक्टिव है कि मंदिर बने। उन्होंने केंद्र सरकार को निर्देश दिया, अकॉर्डिंगली मोदी जी ने ट्रस्ट का गठन किया, अकॉर्डिंगली मंदिर का निर्माण हुआ। ये सब तो ठीक रहा, पर मोदी जी खुद ही मूर्ति स्थापना में पहुंच गए, वो एक अलग बात है। तो ये बताइए मुझे, अगर उसमें चोरी होगी, ट्रस्ट मंदिर मोदी जी बनाएंगे, अपने लोग रखेंगे, कोई उसमें गैर भाजपाई नहीं है, तो अगर उसमें कोई कमी आएगी तो हु विल बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल? नरेंद्र मोदी जी के अलावा कोई दूसरा जिम्मेदार होगा उसके लिए?
जी आप मुझे ये बताइए कि आपका जो ये आपने सवाल उठाया है कि कॉन्सेक्रेशन सेरेमनी के दौरान मोदी जी की सीता कहाँ थी, उससे आप क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं?
ये गलत बात है। मैंने कहा था, कोट किया था, पूरी देखिए उसको, कि जब शिलान्यास 9 नवंबर 1989 में हुआ था तो किसी साधु संत ने नहीं किया, इसलिए कि उसकी पत्नी नहीं थी। श्री चंद दीक्षित जो बाद में एमपी हुए वाराणसी से, वो पत्नी मौजूद थे, तो शिलान्यास उनसे कराया गया। वो रिटायर्ड डीजीपी थे। तो हिंदू धर्म, सनातन धर्म में ये परंपरा है कि अगर पत्नी जीवित है, पति पत्नी है, तो दोनों मिलके ही अनुष्ठान करते हैं। तो इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात हो गई?
मेरे साथ बने रहिए। इनफैक्ट हमारे साथ बीजेपी के तुहिन सिन्हा भी फोन लाइन पे है। तुहिन, would you want to come in on that, because Pramod ji is saying that he's being misquoted. He wants to give a bit of history to this, that according to Sanatan Dharma, it has to be a married couple which can do the shilanyas of a temple.
This party should be the last entity to lecture the country on Sanatan Dharma, because पिछले कुछ वर्षों में, कई दशकों में इन्होंने केवल और केवल सनातन धर्म के लोगों को ठेस पहुंचाया, उनकी भावनाओं को ठेस पहुंचाया। और दूसरी बात जो है, प्लेड, there are so many channels which have played that video. If it were so, harmless, why would you be discussing? You as a journalist, why would you be taking it up? There was an insinuation, there was an innuendo, and that innuendo has been caught. उसके बाद आप लेक्चर देना शुरू करेंगे सनातन धर्म पर। यही तो प्रॉब्लम है कांग्रेस पार्टी की। कांग्रेस पार्टी should realize it is, it has only and only hurt Hindu sentiments, and I don't think it should, further infuriate the people of this country by pontificating on Sanatan Dharma, right?
I want to quickly bring in Mr. Tiwari on that note. Mr. Tiwari, क्या हम ये कह रहे हैं कि कल को यदि एक हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन देखी जाए जहां पे राहुल गांधी यदि प्राइम मिनिस्टर होते, तो क्या वो भी शिलान्यास नहीं कर सकते किसी मंदिर का?
मैं कांग्रेस का ट्रेडिशन बता दूं, ये हमारे लिए इलेक्शन बड़ा नहीं होता, हमारे लिए देश बड़ा होता है, धर्म बड़ा होता है। अगर हमें कुछ करना होता तो हम तो चारों शंकराचार्य को बुलाते और चारों शंकराचार्य से कहते आप मूर्ति स्थापना कीजिए। ये प्रधानमंत्री होकर क्यों पहुंच गए वहां मूर्ति स्थापना करने के लिए? झंडा फहराना हो तो मोदी जी, और सरकार बना के 10 साल चलाई, एक बार भी मंदिर बनाने का निर्णय नहीं लिया। ये तो धन्य हो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जिसने इनको डायरेक्टिव दिया कि मंदिर बनाओ। बीजेपी कभी मंदिर नहीं बनाना चाहती थी।
Okay, that's a big allegation that you have right now leveled against the Bharatiya Janata Party. I want to bring in Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin Sinha, would you like to come in on that? That it was only at the behest of the Supreme Court directive that the BJP went ahead with the construction of the temple. Otherwise, you would have never done that.
if you have followed the history of the Ram Mandir movement in the last 3 decades, the only time Congress seemed to support the Shilanyas was in 1989 on the eve of elections. Why? I'm also telling you the reason, because Rajiv Gandhi realized that he had to do a counterbalancing act because of his indiscretion in the Shah Bano case, where he had overturned the decision of the Supreme Court. So he had to do something to appease Hindu sentiments, because Hindus were feeling very outraged by the minority appeasement of Congress party. So 1989 was the last time when Congress had shown some inclination towards Ram Mandir. From then onwards, through their proxies like Kapil Sibal, and what Kapil Sibal has said in the Supreme Court is there on public records, they have only and only tried to delay and stall the construction of the Ram Mandir. Why did the issue remain mired in litigation for so long? Because in 2017, when our government came to power in Uttar Pradesh, there were 11,000 documents which were awaiting translation, which Akhilesh Yadav had not allowed. These people should not take a stand.
All right.
These people should not.
I think let's leave it at that. I'm sure that Hinduism and Sanatan Dharma has also come of age, and that we cannot single out that to the Prime Minister of the country based on his marital status and why he went ahead with the consecration of the ceremony. We should rather honour that decision. Many thanks to you, Mr. Pramod Tiwari and Mr. Tuhin Sira, for joining in on time. So on that note, let's also listen in to the reactions that come. Now, with anger, they're saying that these are shameful and venomous comments that have been passed against the Prime Minister, with the question being levelled against Prime Minister Modi of where was Mata Sita of Prime Minister Modi when he was consecrating the Ram Mandir, and they are now demanding apologies for Prime Minister Modi. BJP, of course, erupting in anger over Congress MP Pramod Tiwari's remarks. They've called it shameful and venomous. In fact, they're saying that it's not just Mata Sita but also Bhagwan Ram who's been denigrated. Let's listen in to the reactions.
The Congress MP's foul-mouthed statements reflect the Congress leadership's deep-rooted visceral hate against Hindu Dharma and Bhagwan Ram. Pramod Tiwari also indulged in a vile attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Nation will never forget how the Congress party during the UP era filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court saying there was no historical proof of Lord Ram, and Rahul Gandhi had even condescendingly claimed that Bhagwan Ram was just a mythological figure. It's high time Pramod Tiwari publicly apologizes for defaming Mata Sita and Bhagwan Ram, and he also needs to apologize for the invectives he's heard against Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji.
All right, staying with the story, getting in more breaking inputs. This as not just the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, the seers have also strongly reacted to Congress MP Pramod Tiwari's remarks. They are accusing Pramod Tiwari of insulting Lord Ram and Mata Sita. They are alleging that such statements hurt the Sanatan sentiments, and they are now demanding strong condemnation against Pramod Tiwari's comments at the moment. So it's not just the Bharatiya Janata Party. Clearly, the entire controversy now snowballing further.